Okay, hi everybody. So in this video here, we're going to solve this inequality here, x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 1 squared plus times x plus 3, all less than 0. Nice thing about this one is it's already in factored form. It's just a matter of us interpreting what's going on here. So when I take a look at that left-hand side there and I interpret it as a function, I'm going to get x-intercepts on that function at -2, -1, and -3. Okay, so if I was to draw that out on our number line here, we'll put these in order: -3, -2, -1. Okay, now let's take a look at what the graph is going to look like. This polynomial here is a quartic. It's going to have a positive leading coefficient. If you were to multiply that all out, there's no negatives popping up anywhere. So we're going to have a positive leading coefficient, which means it's going to have basically a sort of a bowl shape. It's going to open up. So the graph is going to come down, and because the x plus 3 here has a multiplicity of 1, which means the exponent here is 1, the graph is actually going to cut right through that x-intercept. When I get to the 2, x plus 2, it's got a multiplicity of 1, so the graph is going to come up and it's going to cut right through that -2. Now, for the x plus 1, that factor has a multiplicity of 2, meaning that that graph is going to come around, and instead of going through it, it's going to touch the x-axis right there at that value, and it's going to bounce back up. That actually makes a bit of sense here. When I get close to -1, my graph is getting close to 0. Um, but I'm going to square the results. So whether I'm to the left of it, my answer is a little bit negative, or to the right, it's a little bit positive. I'm going to square the results, it's going to become positive there on either side. So now the question is, well, where is my function less than 0? Well, it's going to be less than 0 here. And that's it. And that's it. So my answer here is going to be from -3 less than x less than -2, or in interval notation, -3 out to -2. Now, just to make this a little bit more interesting, if the question, if it had been x plus 2, x plus 1 squared, x plus 3 less than or equal to 0, then my answer would have included that -1. And so what I would have written here, it's going to be -3 is less than or equal to, sorry, -3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to -2. I'm going to include the endpoints there, but I'm going to include that -1. Okay, I'm going to include the value where x is equal to -1 here. So in interval notation, might write it like this, and then I might just include that -1, and I might just put a little set around that, just so that we're understanding that it's just the value, the -1 there. Anyway, I've seen some people write that in a few different ways, and not entirely sure what what people should be doing with that. But there you go. We're going to write it as that right there. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea. In that little case right there, we would just be including that -1 there as well.